Hi, it's Judy. Welcome to my channel, and I thought you might like to know a little bit more about how my weight loss and diabetic journey is going. So today is Friday the 30th of June, and we had a weigh-in meeting on Wednesday, and at the meeting I weighed in at only 100 grams less than I had last time, but by the time I got home and I weighed myself again, so my lunch had digested fully, I was down to 87.8 kilos, which now means that I have lost 17.2 kilos, and I'm just feeling amazing about it all. We are still on 1,000 calories a day, which is proving to be harder and harder because I'm running out of soups and shakes, and that means I actually have to make decisions about real food. And so to that end, I have to read lots and lots of labels and go through everything with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that I'm not exceeding my 1,000 calories a day. The nice thing about the soups and shakes is that I know that they're about 200 calories, so I don't have to think about it. I just take one that takes my fancy, mix it up, and I've got myself 200 calories worth of nutrition done, dusted, not an issue. So yeah, there's a bit of head work going on here. I'm also having to get to grips with the fact that my weight loss is going to start slowing at this point, because this is what happens on diets. Your body adjusts to the lower calorie intake, and it then starts to store more stuff. So I have to be careful at this point to make sure that I keep startling it to lose a bit more weight. So I actually have no problem with the occasional day of me going over the 1,000 calories, because it just means that I don't think I'm getting complacent. My body is not getting complacent about the weight loss. We've had some fairly good news. The consultant did a presentation to a group of GPs in the area and did a presentation about our progress and how we were going. Of course, all names removed, to keep it confidential. And she said that the feedback from the GPs was very positive, which is good because all of us had mixed reactions from our GPs. My GP and the diabetic nurse have been absolutely marvellous and just so supportive. But others have said, okay, now that you've got this far, others have said to other people in the group, now that you've got this far, we need to get you back onto the medication. And they're not quite seeing the point of the whole program. So, but our consultant was telling us that in the West Berkshire catchment area alone, there are 77,000 type 2 diabetics. And of those who are in the BMI range that the program is interested in looking at, the ones who are outside of that range are only about 3,500. So you can see there's a lot of people in West Berkshire who could really benefit from this program. I'm not saying it's the only answer to losing weight and reversing your type 2. There are other ways of doing it, but for me this has worked the most effectively because I'm seeing results almost every day. I'll post up the latest photographs of me. If I move over to one side, then there'll be space for me to post up a photograph of myself taken yesterday, and you can see precisely how much weight I've lost. And I can do a comparison. I'll put the two photographs up beside each other. One is from the 18th of May and the other one is from yesterday. So you can see if you look at these two photographs that actually there's a huge difference. It was taken in the same place at about the same time on the same day of the week. So it's a really good opportunity to see the differences. In terms of my own health, my back is still giving me trouble, and I think it's taking a little bit longer to get to a point where I'm not in as much pain, but that's because I'm moving more. By this time last time, this is what, 3 weeks in since I did my back in, and I was still virtually bedbound, mostly housebound. Definitely still wasn't doing the school run. So the healing so far has been better, but I think because I've been pushing it a little bit more to get back into the run of things, I've probably aggravated it a little bit more than I would have. So that's where I am now, and I will check in after the next weigh-in and let you know how we're getting on. At the moment, we're still on 1,000 calories. We may very well move to 1,200. I think next time I'm going to have to move to the 1,200 because food reintroduction on without shakes on 1,000 is quite difficult. It's quite hard to find meals that I can do for under 400 calories. There are things, but I'm trying to keep it balanced. I'm trying to make sure that the amount of vegetable I have is the amount I'm supposed to have. So that makes it a little bit harder. But I hope you're all well. And if any of you have got any specific questions about the program, then you can look at my first video, which is make yourself a cup of coffee and sit down and watch it. I will put a card up here and link to it in the description box below. If you'd like to hear more about my diabetic journey and how it's all going, then please hit subscribe, and that way you'll get notifications every time I upload a video. I do a diabetic update video at the moment about once a fortnight. That's what I try to do. So for American viewers, that's every 2 weeks. So I hope you're all well. Look after yourself, eat sensibly, exercise, be nice to your family, and I will see you next time.